trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's going to play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
To create your account, click on the banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the Doug Stewart Show app. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Footballsportsapp.com. What is it? It's the first live action mobile sports app played in real time and a cool way to immerse yourself in the game. Make coaching calls just like the pros. Check out the video. Download for free this fall and register now again at footballsportsapp.com. Want to be part of this new exciting technology and make money? Fill out the short form at the bottom of the website and mention TDSS. Again, footballsportsapp.com. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Crazy good games this weekend.
Hi, we're not in right now, but if you leave your name
Taking y'all back to the early
number,
90s.
We'll get back to you.
Whatever happened to these girls? Yes, sir. Early 90s. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, the Doug Stewart Show is brought to you by mybookie.lv. If you wager on games or have ever wagered on games, man, you know it's always been kind of like a question of getting your money on time. No issues at all with mybookie.lv. And they will actually match your deposit up to $1,000. That's unheard of. All right? So they're going to match your deposit up to $1,000. You put in $500, you'll be playing with $1,000. You put in $1,000, you'll be playing and betting and wagering with $2,000. Once again, that's mybookie.lv, mybookie.lv. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. A lot of the Stewies, man, seem like they're excited and getting ready for the college football season to start off this weekend in earnest. They had a couple of games this past weekend, but there were nothing really to write home about. Oh, speaking of which, man, shouts out to Charleston Southern. They went to North Dakota. Was it North Dakota or South Dakota? One of them damn Dakotas. The one that that they drafted Carson Wentz from. Is it South Dakota or North Dakota? One of them damn Dakotas, man. But it was on national TV this past weekend. And, man, Charleston Southern had them on the ropes. Charleston Southern, obviously, is in Charleston, South Carolina, right next to my hometown. And Charleston Southern's only been around for about, I'm going to say, when I say around, their football program has only been around for probably maybe 15 years, maybe a little bit longer than that. And, man, they basically just went toe-to-toe with North Dakota State, I believe it was, and came up a little bit short at the very end, man. But to only have been around and playing football at that level for a short period of time, man, great strides. My pops actually graduated from Charleston Southern. At the time where he went there, though, it was called Baptist College. And this was earlier or later in his life after, me and my brother, we were probably in our teens when he went back to school and got his degree. So, yeah, shouts out to Charleston Southern, man. Yeah, they had a shot. I was rooting for them like I went to Charleston Southern like I was a damn alumni or whatever. But this weekend, man, football season really gets going, man, and an incredible slate of games. We'll get more into these on Friday, probably break down like the top 5 games and talk about some of the matchups as well. But just a quick preview, man, a couple of the bigger games, matchups are coming up this weekend. You can start all the way at 12 p.m. Eastern time, where you got Oklahoma, the number 3 Oklahoma Sooners taking on Houston, which is 15th right now. And Houston's been doing very good, so they're playing at Houston. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Then you got UCLA taking on Texas A&M that night as well. LSU taking on Wisconsin. You know about the Chick-fil-A Bowl, the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. The Georgia Bulldogs taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels right here in the Georgia Dome. I think my man Uncle Mike mentioned it earlier. You got USC taking on Alabama. USC taking on Alabama week 1? Praise his holy name! Wow! Wow. And then you have Clemson taking on Auburn, Notre Dame taking on Texas. That's a huge one as well. Everybody feels like Charlie Strong and the Texas Longhorns are going to turn that corner. This being Charlie Strong's 3rd year as head coach of that squad, man. So it's in Texas. Notre Dame ranked number 10. Texas not ranked. They've been struggling record-wise over the last couple of years. But once again, people feel like, these quote-unquote experts feel like the Texas is going to turn the corner this year with the talent that they consistently pick up there in the state of Texas. They feel like the Charlie Strong is going to get it done this year. So that's going to be a big one as well. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern time, man, you've got Ole Miss, the number 11 team in the country, Chad Kelly taking on Florida State and the Seminoles. Oh, my gosh, a football smorgasbord. Praise his holy name. Praise his holy name. Let me read some of your messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com on this Woman Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. From Andre Elam in the chat room, he says, Baptist College used to have a fire, track, and field program, especially for hurdlers and jumpers. Okay, I had no idea. From Tight Sigma, why did he not play again? Who are they talking about? From That Ninja, Alabama fans are insufferable. I don't know who's more insufferable as far as the fan base. Alabama fans, Yankee fans, Laker fans, which I totally don't agree with that. I'm a Laker fan. Man, it's hard to be Dallas Cowboy fans, though, as far as insufferable. And people that you just don't want to see coming when the Cowboys are doing well. But let me finish reading his comment in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Alabama fans are insufferable. Tight Sigma, a down year. 12 gauge got white balled by Urban Meyer, and he's going to be a great pro. If you actually watched him that year, he didn't play bad. That was just a perception. Quite frankly, he never looked as bad as Jake Coker. That is a fact. Talking about Cardell Jones at Ohio State, who looks pretty damn good as the third-string quarterback for the Buffalo Bills right now. I think they missed on him, man. You know my thoughts if you listen to this show daily. I thought that young man should have come out the year before. He listened to, I don't know, his coach, Urban Meyer, and fans and his teammates and all of that stuff. I thought he should have come out a year before. He would have been in a much better position right now because there's no way he wouldn't have been drafted in the first round after it was all said and done. People are arguing me down. Well, he only had limited time playing. I don't care. These cats, man, when they get on fire and they become, the flavor of the month, and he's got all the intangibles, size, arm strength, and all of that, 6'5" or whatever, big kid, personal workouts at Ohio State and the combine, he would have been fine. He would have been absolutely fine, man. But he messed up, I think. From Andre Elam, Hakeem, we have a quarterback in the nation. We'll find out what we already know. Don't know exactly what teams he's talking about from Tight Sigma. Doug, game start at 7:30. What are you talking about? Thursday, you mean? You know, games do start early now in college football. From T-Dub, Dion, I was stationed there, lived across the Ashley. Damn, T-Dub, who was that you got as your avatar, bruh? Hey, inbox me that picture, bruh. Hold on a second. Let me try to put my head next to the damn screen. Hold on. I can't really tell, man. It's kind of blurry. Bruh, email me that at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Okay, T-Dub, I just came up with something. I like where you're going with this, okay? Today is Women's Wednesday, and in honor of Women's Wednesday, T-Dub changed his avatar in the chat room on Spreaker.com to a voluptuous woman. Why y'all booing? So, I mean, fellas, let's have some fun with this. On Women's Wednesday, change your avatar to a voluptuous woman, just like T-Dub. And email me the JPEG. Email me the actual photo. Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. 443-820-338 from Clay Real Freedom Davis. Why Bama act like USC don't have NFL talent too? It's not the Reggie Bush era Trojans, but they can hang with the Tide. I think when people think about USC, we're still thinking about sanctions. We're still thinking about them losing scholarships over the last couple of years. So it's going to take a minute for them to build back to that level in which they were at when Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and Carson Palmer, when they were dominating. It's going to take a minute. So I think that's kind of like the thinking when college football fans look at this matchup, that Bama's they're just a bully right now. There's no other way to put it. They are a machine right now. And USC, at some point, they'll get back to the level they were at. But right now, they're still trying to dig themselves out of a hole. From Vince Wright, North Dakota State University going for 6 Nationals titles in a row this year. And they got the good players that are coached up by great staff. Props to that team in Fargo. But here's the thing. My point about North Dakota State and what Vince is talking about, I was very critical of scouts, GMs praising Carson Wentz so much at North Dakota State because of the division that they play in, the level of football that they play in. My point, and part of the point of me telling that story about Charleston Southern earlier was Charleston Southern is a relatively new, not relatively, they're a very new football program. They shouldn't be to a point in their history where they can compete with North Dakota, the big bad North Dakota State. It just shouldn't be. And they had them on the ropes. They had them on the ropes. They had them on the ropes. And North Dakota State kind of reminds me of how Georgia Southern used to be back in the day, where they were just dominating the 1AA level. And, I mean, they had to wish upon a prayer to beat Charleston Southern this past weekend. So I just don't think it was a good look, man. I'm telling you, it's not a good look for Charleston Southern to be back-to-back. And Charleston Southern, as far as the division, the conference, and the level of football that they play in, I think they were ranked 6. North Dakota State was ranked number 1. But in my opinion, it was just a bad look that they struggled that much with an up-and-coming program in Charleston Southern. All right, when we get back from the break, man, it'll be hour number 2. Quickly, I want to talk about Tim Tebow. Should have got to that already, but we'll do that. And we got to talk about Rodney Harrison, old hating punk ass. This ninja. We'll talk about that up next. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show.
Mic check. Yes, this is your humble host, Marcus Harper. And make sure you check out my show, the Marcus Harper Podcast, on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes, hop aboard this train of thought weekly 60 minutes of work. I got you. Sports talk, soul beats, and life. Again, the Marcus